often a painting will tell me where it's going, and I just have to follow it, trusting that it knows best. It's a funny kind of way of thinking about it, but that sort of artistic trust in just letting the painting evolve helps me discover things that I would never have come across otherwise, and that's what excites me about painting. I spent a lot of time at the site itself. I walked through the site for days in, days out, looking for appropriate light, and on my travels I found various feathers, leaves along my way, and I would just collect them. I just, find an emu feather, and at the start I didn't even know what it was actually, and it was a way for me to gain access to a place which is foreign to me. It was a way of connecting to environment as well. So these little very treasured moments of finding small things in the environment then help me start to think about the environment in various ways. I make connections between these small things and larger concepts at play. I found ceramic shards, which became particularly interesting for me, as a lot of these ceramic shards came from a colonial history, and I really wanted to try to draw that history out in these paintings. My practice is photographically based. I spend a lot of time waiting for the light to fall on the landscape to show me something, to reveal something to me that I particularly find really attractive. Once I've got those photographic references, then I'll take them back to the studio and then use those to construct my paintings. I'll then get the landscapes to a certain point where I'm happy with the way the colours are working, the light's working, and then I will usually have already anticipated where the painting is going in terms of objects and artefacts that I found on the site that I'd like to incorporate and paint over the surface of these landscapes. So usually I'll hold the fragments up and just look at them in different parts of the space, and usually there is a spot where that object really kind of works. Painting is really about tone, really, to start with. I mean, you can get your hues and your chromas incorrect, but tonally, if it's out, you really do spot it, especially when you're acutely starting to train yourself to pick up inconsistencies in tonality. You can really see it. You can really sort of say, well, actually, no, that's not good enough. That, that sky, for example, isn't working against that landscape. It's too dark, too light. And I know when it, hits the right spot. But having said that, it's a continual development, and I'm still learning things about tone and still finding new things about the way in which those three dimensions of colour interact when you're mixing colour. It's really a cosmos of colour mixing. But as you go and as you develop your perception, you get a greater degree of understanding which colours you can mix to get really pure results. A painting is a painting. It needs to speak as a painting. I find that my works don't really reproduce very well because they look like photographs and the paint has been taken away from the experience. So people should really not look at my works in photographic reproductions on the web, they need to come to my show.
That's great. That's basically the